Woodworking projects come in all shapes and sizes, and things are built for nearly as many reasons: fun, the challenge of it, earning some cash, or even making a living. But today's build is the most original of them all: necessity. Since starting this channel, I have had a blast making pivoting cabinets, helicopter doohickeys, solar lanterns, but I've been neglecting some of the things around the house. And yes, this build might not be as awesome as, say, well, the couch caddy. But my honey-do list is growing, and past time I cross one off. I have bay windows looking out and over my backyard, and the cats climb in them, sunbathe, occasionally climb up the screens to get flies, knock the plants over onto the floor, the dirt gets caked in. So, I'm hoping to build a small shelf, but I don't want to lose my view. And it'll also need to be above the latches. I'm just building one today, not the whole bank. A prototype, proto attempt, if you will. All these little reveals in the window are already giving me a nightmare. Now, the 25-year-old me would have just grabbed a 1x4 and nailed it in place and called it good. The 35-year-old would have said, "Come on, kid, that's just dumb. That'll sag. You need a 2x4. Then nail it in place." The 40-year-old me would say, "I ain't got time for this, and just hire someone. But come on, I did once, and look at that frame job. Yeah, it's the lumber these days, bowed, wood drying, I don't know. But I do know I'm not messing with the trim at this point." And the mid-50s version of me, the current one, well, he is now knee-deep in giving it a whirl. I always do things like this backwards, starting from the window back to the ledge. And I caught myself this time. Each reveal is unique. Poor craftsmanship, shrinking, drying, age, I don't know. It is what it is. Nothing is level. Nothing is square. For such a small job, 22 inches of a 1x6, really, it's a pain. I would much rather be building a box. Using the 3 template boards, I mark all the cuts on the shelf. Then decide on using the miter saw for the cuts. I use spacers to move the blade out so I don't accidentally cut more than I should. Then I clean it all up with a chisel. And then we sand it all up nice and smooth. The Wen bench top at 120 for the edges. And the orbital at 180 for the sides. The shelf needs to sit on something, so I need some brackets underneath. I think this board will work for what I have in mind. You probably know this already, but make sure the grain is running lengthwise like this. It's hard to break. And not height-wise like this one, it just snaps. I settle on 3.5 inches long and come in an inch from each side and drill a hole and countersink. I hit it up with the Wen for a quick sanding, rounding the edges over, then attempt to sand the back half of each to compensate for that slight reveal. Then clean it all up again with a chisel. Coming back inside, I see I have one kitten scoping out all the excitement. I screw the brackets in, being sure to not tighten too far and risk splitting the wood. Not the easiest thing to do here, trying to find a somewhat good camera angle, upside down and twisted like a contortionist at the circus. When was the last time you went to the circus? I used to go every year as a kid. Probably has been, 20 years now. And it was a very small one then, at a local fair when the kids were, well, still kids. Americana is slowly fading away, I fear. So bye-bye, Miss American Pie. And don't even get me started with the little ditty about Jack and Diane. Alright, now that I'm fully depressed, let's remember why I started this channel. While it's based in woodworking, it may slip into memories of my childhood. It was never about that. Quite the opposite, actually. It was about reminding myself that while we may have to age, we don't have to grow old. Every day is just another day to learn something new, try something for the first time, and create another memory. Now, the old me would have stopped here, but I want to add a faceplate for a couple reasons. The first is purely cosmetic. I don't want to sit there and just see a board in my window. And I need to make sure it's thick enough to cover those unsightly ledges underneath it. And I'm not sure why, but I want them to extend an inch or so into the frame. No clue, I just got the feeling I like that look. 3/4 inch stock is too thick, so we feed the wen. Being pine and a narrow strip, she rips right through it, although I don't push it. 1/2 to 3/4 turns per pass. Now, it's just a matter of shaping it. I think the 2 inches will make the shelf look far too thick. So, I'm going to try and add some curves to it. I pull out one of my lids, no, not the Skippy one, something a little smaller, a little tighter, and I work on the curves. And then, because I forgot to do the camera, I do it all again. Satisfied, I drag the scroll saw out and give it a cut. I now know why real scroll saw work is done on 1/4 inch material or thinner. It's so smooth. It's so easy. Then sand into the lines at the bench top. I add a quick round over and thin the edges just a touch more. I flip my assembly board over to the glue and stain side, making a mess on the floor. Vacuuming the house is already on the honey-do list. I'll just add the workshop floor to it as well. Glue up. No. I resisted the urge to use brads here. I'm going to check into a pin nailer one of these days. Small nail heads. Someone mentioned it in the comments a few weeks back. But trusting for now that the glue will hold. It went well. Titebond 3, smooth it out and clamp. And I think one of these Harbor Freight clamps lost its gas on me somewhere along the way. And that didn't take long. Only question is, how long before he tries to climb up on top of it to get a better perch? And I really like it. In concept, look, scrap wood has its issues. A screw hole I didn't see until I built it. It's not a big thing for me. The frame here in the window was a little off of 90 degrees, but other than that, the fit is, far better than I anticipated. The faceplate gives the front just a little lip and covers those unsightly braces perfectly. The curves shrink the line so it doesn't look so bulky in the front. And I really like the 1.25 inch sliding on the frames. I'm not 100% sold on the half circle in the middle though, so I'm not going to stain it just yet. I'll let it sit here for a bit and see what the day brings. So in theory, it was a success. I'm leaning towards focusing, or rather condensing the shelves onto 1 or maybe 2 of the windows, like this. That way, I still have my views outside of the mountain. Let me know in the comments what you would do. What do you think? As always, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't already, it's greatly appreciated. Until the next time.